All right, this is the qualification slide for Nifty. So the next one, as you can see, this is the qualifications. This is what you'll see in the Nifty uh, PowerPoint. This is, as it says in the top right, you are not supposed to keep this one in your actual slides when you do your presentation, but it is the instruction slide. We will be going over it. We are going to see what knowledge, skills, and determination you have to manage your business. Judges aren't just investing in your business; they're also investing in you. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to talk about is this is the time where you have to tell people what's great about you. A lot of us are taught, be humble or don't brag, but there are times when you have to point, it's not humbling or bragging, but you have to tell them what makes you great. And it's not just for this presentation. This is very similar to what you're going to have to do when you have a resume or when you get prepared for a job interview. You can't tell people, oh, well, I'm just average. You got to tell them what makes you you and what makes you special. So we're going to go next slide and we're going to look at one of my former students' PowerPoints, okay? So first, I just like to start off by showing you what product they have so you know what they're doing. She did something for the LGBTQ community. She made t-shirts for it. In the right corner, you see her t-shirt company was named Coming Out. Her slogan was "Come in to come out." She took a couple pictures. This is what her product slide was. I just want to get you guys a little familiar. You might have seen this before. So before we move on to the next slide, so you know what we're dealing with. Okay, so we're going to the next slide. We're going to go over her qualifications really quickly. Then we'll go over it in detail. So she fits into her target market. She's taken an FD entrepreneurship class. She was part of the Academy of Finance Fauché. It's a 3-year business program. It's the one that I taught. She was part of Neighborhood Achievement Initiative, which is a USC college prep course. She assisted in modeling and fashioning events at school. She sewed and designed clothes with her aunt for 3 years. She was also stage manager for a school production, marketed the event and organized the event. We'll talk about that later. Part of the LGBTQ community, club at school, and she was bilingual. All right, so let's go to the next slide. This is the similar to the one you saw the earlier. It's the instruction slide. We're just going to break down this one part. Show you have the knowledge, skills, and determination to start and manage the business. Okay. So right now we're breaking down those words: knowledge, skill, and determination. So we're going to the next slide, and we're going to break it down into two sections: knowledge and skills. So skills and knowledge that go into your particular business, okay? And then the other section is going to be business skills, sorry about that, and knowledge for your business. So skills and knowledge that go into your particular business. So this part is going to be very individualized. For her t-shirt business, it's going to have different skills than a baking business. Now, a lot of the second part, the business skills, a lot of this will be very similar, okay? Because, accounting, if you take an accounting class, that applies to most businesses. If you've done marketing in the past, you can apply that to most businesses. All right, so the next slide. These are the knowledge and skills. Knowledge and skills for your particular business. So I'm going to give you some examples, okay? If you say, I want to be a mechanic, okay? Well, what have you done? Have you worked on cars with one of your parents for 5 years? If you want to do repair fixies, have you fixed bikes? Have you fixed up bikes, sold them? What have you done? If you do fashion, have you sewed, designed, done something for school? Music teacher, or say you're doing something with music. What experience do you have? So I put for music teacher, I had a student in the past say they've been playing for 6 years and they're lead in the section of band. Even if you're not the lead, I've been playing in the band for 6 years. Anything else you've done, any organizations you're part of that show that you are understand this business. Okay, baking, you've been baking with your mom for 8 years. Yeah, you're not an expert, you haven't gone to baking school, but you have done stuff that, is qualified to you. If you invent something, what background have you done? So just remember for this slide, okay, what's important for it is no one expects you to be the best. You're in high school. No one expects you to have a college degree yet. No one expects you to be an expert. You're not going to be Gordon Ramsay if you are a cook right now. But what have you done? That's what you got to think about. Think about the things you have done. All right, we're going to go to the next slide, okay? So before you do this, you might want to pause the video right now on knowledge and skills and pause it and write down for your particular business. Remember, this is going to be individualized for each business. What have you done? So take a second right now and pause the video and write down a couple things. All right, so the next part, knowledge and skills. So what business knowledge and skills do you have? Okay, what have you done again? So if you're taking the NFTE entrepreneurship class, that's something pretty much everyone can write. If you're in the class taking it, something you could put on your PowerPoint because you are taking an entrepreneurship class. A lot of high school students don't take any business class. They take history, math, English, the basic courses. So when people see a high school student has taken an entrepreneurship class, adults, especially ones in the business world, think that's a big deal because a lot of them never took anything in high school. So just because you and your classmates are taking it doesn't mean it's not important. Doesn't mean everyone's taking it. Okay, just because people at your school have. I'm guessing the school next door or the school down the street, those students are not taking this class. Okay, and if they are, probably not all of them are. So it's just anything that can make you stand out. All right, also, have you taken any other business classes? Accounting, intro to business. Think about the classes you have taken. It doesn't have to be at school. You could have taken it at the park. You could have taken it through a bunch of different organizations. Marketing. Okay, marketing is getting people to know about your product. So I want you to think about, have you been part of a school play, a production, a club? If you have, and say you're part of a club and you were saying, oh, we need to get people to join this club. Well, if you need to get people to join the clubs, how'd you get them to? Did you go classroom to classroom and tell people about it? Did you put up flyers? All of this is marketing. So you can say, I marketed for this production or this club. That's what marketing is. So you got to think about your experiences and what you've done and how that's gonna, how that relates to the business world. Same thing, sports or clubs, right? If you're on a team, what have you done? Have you helped organize something? If you're a captain, there's a lot of communication skills in being a captain. In a club, what have you guys done as a club? Think about those things and how some of those things like marketing, organizing events, organizing, if you're an environmental club, we had to organize this to make the school more environmentally friendly. Those are all business skills, okay? ASB president, anything like that. And then I put a list of other things that might be there. Bilingual, if you speak 2 languages, or 3. Certifications. Are you certified in anything? That's always a big one. If you have a high GPA, write that down because that shows that you are willing to accomplish things. If you don't have a high GPA, just leave it out, Not all successful business people have high GPAs. Some of them do, and others don't. Is there something outstanding about your school you attend? So even though it's not you, like at Fauché Learning Center, we graduate 98 to 99% of our kids every year. And that is one of the highest in LUSD. Most schools have something that is outstanding about them. Also at Fauché, we have the highest number of admittance to USC of anywhere in the nation. So even if you don't get in, hey, I went to this school that does great things. That's what you're trying to tell them, not, oh, well, my school sucks. You're trying to talk about the good things that are happening. Anything that makes you look good. All right, let's go to the next slide. Determination and passion. Okay, so this is for your particular business. What makes you determined or passionate about this business? So why did you choose this business? Why do you love it? I love music. That's why I want to teach it. I love fixies. I ride, all the time. I love building them. I love riding them. Are you part of a club? This girl is part of the LGBTQ club. and she was part of it, and so it was something that made a difference to her. She fits into the target market. All right. So there is the slide again. We're going to go through the examples. So the next slide, here's her examples again. So she fit into the target market. She was part of the people she was trying to sell to, right? The target market. She took the entrepreneurship class through NFTE, as most of you have. She was part of the Academy of Finance at Fauché. You know, when there's a program like this, you might want to describe her a little. This is a 3-year business program. Uh, NAI, that was a USC college prep course. So remember, if it's not just because people at school know what something is, you still have to describe it to other people that might not be familiar. She assisted in modeling and fashion events, you know, because she is doing clothes. That's important. She sewed and designed clothes with her aunt for 3 years. So that's a little bit of experience too. She was a stage manager for a school production. So she went around and told everyone about the event. That's what she put marketed the event. And she also helped organize it to make sure everything went smoothly. Sorry about that. And she was part of the LGBTQ club at school, which has to do with her business, and she's bilingual. All things that help her become or help her be qualified for business, right? Is there someone more qualified to run a t-shirt company? Probably, but that's not what we're doing here. We're talking about what makes you great and what makes you the right person for this. All right, so the next slide, as you can see, uh, this is one Nifty did. This is their example. Uh, you know, it does look a little nicer than the one she did, but you know, some of these things on here, I would say, are not going to be experiences for most of you. Like, you know, studied abroad. A lot of you guys are not going to have that. But you know, even if you're, look at the last bullet point. I plan on taking a coding and computer science class in college to learn what it takes to make an app. You can talk about what you're going to do that's going to get you ready for this business. Okay. But look at, I took both an entrepreneurship course at my high school and attended an FT startup tech camp. That means you did something for the business. Okay. One last slide. She also has another one. Look, it looks pretty nice and professional. That should be the goal, is to make it look nice besides all the good stuff. Um, you know, and so you should read through these and see what qualifies, what other qualifications you have that they might have. Get some examples, but think about it. What have you done that makes you qualified for your particular business? What kind of business skills, and why are you passionate about it? And write them down. And you're gonna be filling out the slide for this one when you get the opportunity. But we'll be turning this in as a one slide shortly.